Here is your latest African news. Your news highlights. Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe clears the way for cannabis-based medical products. South Africa. Ramaphosa moves to allow private firms to produce electricity. Rwanda. Rwanda converts degraded wetland into urban ecotourism park. Nigeria. Nigerian Speaker apologizes for Harvard school photos amid university closures. Malawi. Government steps up efforts to safeguard Indigenous Malawians' rights to land. Diaspora. Federal U.S. lawsuit accuses Seaworld Palace Place of appalling discrimination. Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe has cleared the way for cannabis-based medical products to be sold for the first time as the South African country eyes the industry valued at $1.25 billion. The Medicines Control of Zimbabwe (MCZ) has opened applications for cannabis and hemp producers, manufacturers, importers, exporters, and retail pharmacists. The country became one of the first African countries to legalize cannabis in 2018, but little has been done since to permit commercial production of the drug. The MCZ has now released regulations that will guide investments in the sector as the country, sanctioned by the West, banks on the growing global cannabis market. The country, which is one of the leading producers of tobacco in the world, is considering a shift from the golden leaf to cannabis as the global tobacco ban lobby continues to gather momentum. South Africa. President Cyril Ramaphosa has announced a major initiative to supplement the country's tottering electricity supply grid by passing ideological and administrative blocks to allow private sector players to produce power independently and with shorter timelines. Recognizing the urgency of addressing ongoing power shortages, mainly caused by decades of non-maintenance, corruption, and internal inefficiencies at Exxon, Africa's largest power utility, Ramaphosa went around existing logjams in an effort to draw in quick-build privately funded renewable energy projects. With an installed capacity of about 51 gigawatts, Exxon provides about 95% of electricity from all sources in South Africa, representing about 45% of Africa's total power production. Conditions have worsened so severely in the meantime that Ramaphosa has stepped in and bypassed anyone in his government who wants the state to be the only power producer. The president promised the stripping away of bureaucratic delays to allow anyone producing energy to feed it into the national grid. Rwanda. Rwanda converts a degraded wetland into urban ecotourism park. The Rwandan government has unveiled a recreational center that was created after restoration of a degraded wetland area in the capital city of Kigali. The Nyandugu Ecotourism Park, the first recreational center opened in Kigali, represents the value of restoring urban ecosystems and will serve as a blueprint for other wetlands in Kigali and across the country. The restoration of the wetland and creation of an ecotourism park saw the planting of 17,000 trees made up of 55 indigenous species, representing the single largest addition to public green space in the city's history. The 121-hectare park features a medicinal garden, a Pope's garden, 5 catchment ponds, 3 recreation ponds, an information center, as well as 10 kilometers of walkways and bike lanes. The rapid growth of Kigali and the associated human activities have put significant pressure on the wetlands. In 2016, Rwanda developed the restoration project to respond to the degradation and downstream flooding as well as increased pollution due to sewage outflows. Nigeria. Nigerian Speaker apologizes for Harvard school photo amid university closures. The House of Representatives Speaker Femi Gbajabiamila has apologized to Nigerian students and parents for posting a picture of himself while in class at Harvard School. Gbajabiamila, who is currently on a leadership course at Harvard, on July 27th posted pictures of himself while in class on his Twitter handle. Moments after posting them, Nigerian students who are currently on strike in the country have condemned his action. The students have been out of school for 5 months owing to the disagreement between ASUU and the federal government. ASUU is demanding for the revitalization of public universities and academic allowances and the deployment of the University Transparency and Accountability Solution for payment of university lecturers, among others. Malawi. Government steps up efforts to safeguard Indigenous Malawians' rights to land. Minister of Lands, Housing and Urban Development Sam Dalitso Kawale has described the Land Information Management System LMIS the ministry has developed as timely in addressing challenges that Indigenous Malawians used to face to access land in their own country. The ministry is implementing LMIS with support from the World Bank under the Agricultural Commercialization Project AGCOM to improve the efficiency and effectiveness in the delivery of land administration services to the general public and to ensure transparency and accountability in all land transactions. The project comes hot on the heels of the implementation of the new land-related laws which President Dr. Lazarus Chakwera assented to recently to address challenges affecting land acquisition and ownership in Malawi. Among others, the government plans to digitize land information as a measure to achieve equitable land distribution in Malawi. The new laws also want to expose how some greedy individuals, particularly Malawians of other origins, use their accumulated wealth and money to push Indigenous Malawians to the corners through acquisition of multiple plots both in cities and major towns across the country. Diaspora. Federal U.S. lawsuit accuses Seaworld Palace Place of appalling discrimination. A Maryland father has accused Seaworld of pervasive and appalling discrimination at its Sesame Street-themed park in Philadelphia in a federal lawsuit on July 27, days after a viral video appeared to show a person dressed as the character Rosita ignoring two black girls at the park. The suit, filed in Pennsylvania's Eastern District Court, seeks class action status, alleging that when the plaintiff, Quinton Burns, took his child to the park on June 18th, they tried to participate in a meet and greet with people dressed as Elmo, Annie, Telly Munster, and Abby Kadabi. The suit accuses the characters of intentionally refusing to engage with the child, who is identified in the suit only as KB, and ignoring other black guests while performing for white people. The suit seeks $25 million in damages from SeaWorld Parks and Entertainment, which owns Sesame Place, Philadelphia. The plaintiffs also want the park to implement mandatory cultural sensitivity training and classes on the history of discrimination. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, follow, share, and like our video. It's the best way of supporting us. And remember, Africa is watching.